Deep in space comes an unwanted guest, bringing chaos and destruction to our world. And trust me, we got one of the craziest scenes in the whole Alien saga. You ready? Let's go with a spoiler. But first we need to know where this show takes place. This series is the third prequel after Prometheus and Covenant, so it doesn't change the main story, but honestly, this couldn't be the perfect change for a reboot and even connected with the new Predator. In this new series, the world is controlled by 5 companies: Will and Yutani, Lynch, Dynamics, Threshold, and Prodigy. Each one wants to create the perfect cyborg, or in alien style, the perfect synthetic. And actually, this gives me a vibe of cyberpunk stuff, so that was great in that sense. A Will and Yutani ship goes deep into space, of course, brings back different species, and of course, one alien X. Things go bad, and the ship crashes on Earth, right into the Prodigy building. A curious fact, Prodigy had already made synthetic hybrid with the mind of human kids. Was something crazy. The good. The show keeps the horror vibe. You watch Alien 1 and then this, the feeling is the same. The Xenomorphs look scary, with practical effects in close-ups. After so many movies, they got that design perfect. Still, they give it a small change to make it fresh. The story also adds new things. It's not only about Will and Yutani, the classic enemy company. We had the cyber revolution of the companies, a new concept from the franchise. The bad. The CGI for me is kill the fear. The other creatures look fake, and the characters? Man, their action makes no sense. In episode 2, Hermes already attacked by an alien. Just stop to look at a baseball? Only to give a meaning to the episode title. They couldn't make that way better? And instead of running to war on the other, Hermes goes right into the alien X. That's not realistic. After that kind of trauma, the only move is to escape and report, but the script forcing him to abdom so the story can continue. And guys, we had one of the most brutal scenes in the whole Alien saga. The alien is huge, violent, using claws, tail, innermost, is a total killing machine. Even its blood, its potion. This scene was strong, but they couldn't show more like the alien actually eating. Instead, it just killed and live. It's not like Predator, you know, it's something strange. Funny details, everything in the show is advanced text, except the screens. They look just like the old computer in Alien 1 and 2, kinda funny. In the end, I think these first 2 episodes are really good. They bring back the spirit of the saga and add more lore. It's just a shame the script pulls you out sometimes. Has the humanoid alien queen finally made it to a screen? Is Wendy really the big dark figure the comic talk about? And is Alien Earth the one bringing that character in? Before I answer, or at least give you my take, let me break down the good, the bad from the episode. In this show really tried to give more depth to the alien world, adding details that made the story richer. It keeps that horror vibe alive, and of course it's true in humanity's moral dilemmas, like Morrow's asking, when does a machine stop being a machine? Or when the couple of scientists wonder if they really transfer the kid's mind into the synthetic, or if they just train the AI to copy their memories and behavior. What's scariest about Alien is how it reflects real humanity. If we ever want life to survive, we gotta go to space, because the sun will die one day, and with it, Earth. Colonizing space isn't a maybe, it's a must. And throwing monsters into the star like this, that's nightmare food. The series really reminds me of that. The bad. Once again, they show unloyal choices up. Like in episode 3, the alien doesn't eat Wendy or her brother, they just play with them. Maybe it wanted a 2 for 1, I don't know. And Wendy, even before meeting the Xenomorphs, she was already hearing them. If it had happened after the attack, that would make sense, but before all that, why was she chosen by them? What's up with that? I don't know. Also, I get that they want to give more depth to the synthetic, like Nix thinking she's pregnant, or slightly being threatened by Morrow who wants an annex so bad he even blackmails him with his family. But honestly, the real focus should be the alien. That's what people care about. The synthetic storyline feels boring to me. I'd rather get more alien lore, no side plots about robots. Well, at least it's my opinion. And I know the robots are important to this story, but even with that, meh. So is Wendy the alien queen? First of all, this character comes from the Alien comics. And I think it's kinda confusing to pull lore from comics into the shows or movie. Especially when this series is supposed to be a prequel to all the Alien films. The core idea should come from the series and movies, and then comics can tell side stories, or honestly, maybe comics shouldn't even be canon, because it just makes things harder for fans who love the creature but don't read comics. This isn't superheroes, you know? It's something different. The closest thing to an alien queen origin is explained in the comic Alien Icarus. To keep it short, and really short, a genetically modified insect extincts a human, infecting her with something like the black goo from Prometheus. She mutates, and in the comics, the alien accepts her as their queen, even though she isn't impure. Fans don't like that because it just feels like another mutation. That's why this series might finally give us the true 100 canon origin of the alien queen. I mean, the human alien queen. What you think? For me, like I said, the show broken logic killed a lot of the good stuff it had going. That's why I've give it a 7 out of 10. I really hope they explain why Wendy can't talk to the aliens, and that I don't have to read a comic just to get it. The story should stand out its own. Picture this. You're in the middle of deep space, pure darkness, no sound, no way out. And worst of all, no one can hear you. Now imagine monsters hiding in that darkness. All kind of them, each one deadly in its own way. But among of them, there's one that stands above the rest, the Xenomorphs. Episode 5 takes us back to Maginot ship before it came crashing down Earth. Let me explain you the good and the bad of episode 5. The good. The show uses a classic move, a flashback. Normally, that slows things down, but here it works. And this time, we need to forget about Wendy and her alien brother. And somehow, it gave us one of the best alien stories we've seen in years. No engineer, no AI, no corporate wars, just a monster stalking a crew in space. Simple, raw, and honestly, that's what makes it scary. Yeah, those are cool, but nothing beats a monster hunting down a crew in space. Something less is more, and this episode showed it. We also see how the crew was on a 60-year trip where only the top ranks knew the real mission. The species were the priority. Not even the rest of the crew knew. That's a big change in alien lore. Normally, only one person, usually the synthetic, knows the truth about Will and Yutani. I mean, who would want to go a space trip knowing their life doesn't matter? We also get more on Morrow, the cyber. He joined the mission hoping to give his daughter a better life and education. Sadly, she died in an accident. Now the only thing driving in is taking those creatures back to Yutani. The bad. Like I said before, if all this happened in episode 1 or 2, cool. But cutting this story like this, personally, I never liked that kind of cinematic trick. Same episode, no real impact, messed up the flow, especially when the plot was already moving forward. The monsters. Episode 5 also gave us creatures just as dangerous as the Xenomorphs, like the one-eyed parasite, deadly as hell, that even went up against the alien and tried to take over his body. Or the space leeches, they don't just suck blood, they release a toxic gas that can kill you in seconds. That's what I hate about the alien universe. The earth, the gas, the monster, everything is out to kill you. Each creature has more than one way to wipe you up. It was an episode that went back to the rules of fear and suspense. With a storyline about an infiltrator, honestly, I had everything to feel like Alien Romulus movie. For me, it's a solid 9 out of 10. Drop your thoughts in the comment, what did you think? And check out my review of the past Alien Earth episode, plus my breakdown of the series that's going head to head with Disney every week. Peacemaker, see you there.